They got my vote on this, Tafa.
I'm sensing a little bit of bias from you there, but I gotta agree, the Blacklist skin does look pretty sick on Estes, so I hope we get to see it here today as we now enter the Yes, it is! And you can hear the crowd go wild! Also, LaFell returned to his primal instincts, but I can't blame him. This is probably one of the nicest skins that has come out recently.
I should have given a warning for everyone wearing your headset, your headphones. I am so sorry, but again, you guys can't blame me. Rival is gonna use the Thamus in the jungle, and yeah, so far looks like I was looking for if he was gonna use the Veteran Hunter, but nah, he's still focusing on the main objectives, which is the Turtle Lord as well as the turrets.
So it is the Thamus jungle and the Paquito EXP lane. Not very common. I would prefer it the other way around, but if it does work out for them, well, what's the change? Looking at the emblems overall, I don't think anything is too out of the ordinary here. Zymsenpoi definitely going for a bit of a greed build here with that magic worship, but it could work out. Moon nearly dying from the burn, has to use the regeneration just to keep himself alive.
All right, look at that. Rival is getting chain CC'd and looks like he will. Yep, he still dies. First blood goes over to Sasa's move. Doesn't want it to end. He's focusing on to Chico, guys. He's going to get focused down. And it looks like another kill is going over to Team SMG and is going over to Zymsenpoi.
Ooh, that went downhill pretty fast for TODAK right there. Smooth doing a very good job of opening up the map, but because he's all the way over here, that's gonna give a lot of farm to Formaze. Team SMG has willingly traded this over in exchange for first blood gold being given to Sasa. All things considered, not a bad trade.
Yeah, and right now Team SMG, same thing as game number 1. They have quite a lead when it comes to the early stages of the game, but right now Rival is going to start the turtle for himself. Smooth is going to focus on to Rival, and a beautiful Abyssal Arrow hit him, and it's going to be another kill going over to Zymsenpoi. Very beautifully coordinated by all the members of Team SMG.
Formaze now jumping in, but it will be Box that secures the turtle for Team SMG. That's gotta be rough for Rival, personally. Like, he literally could not move for a full 5 seconds. The combo, I'm now seeing it. All of these heroes are to set up for the Abyssal Arrow.
Oh, I'm gushing on that circle there. That looks so cool. But yeah, look at this chain crowd control. Moon tries to run away. Chico, guys, has to expand his ult just to save him. And yeah, I'm seeing it now too. A lot of crowd control stacking on one over each other. It is a beautiful draft now that we see it in action.
Let's see whether or not Team SMG will still be able to pull it off, though, because once we hit the mid-game, TODAK is going to be stronger in terms of team fighting. So they need to gain as much of a lead as they can in these first few minutes to ensure that TODAK doesn't pose as much of a threat when they're contesting over objectives during that phase of the game.
I mean, I don't know. I still think the late game Team SMG, like, if Hate can secure, like, what, 3 people in his circle, and then Smooth with a triple Jit Kundo, and then just pile on the damage. Rival has to run away. Box tries to engage in real-world manipulation, has been executed, but Zymsenpoi goes after Moon. Moon has to run away. Zymsenpoi treats a lot of damage there and immobilize. Chico, guys, tries to save Rival as well as Moon, and just because the SS is there, they are able to survive from that engage. Smooth is waiting on the side, and Zymsenpoi almost walks in, but Momo got found out.
A really good blessing of the Moon Goddess, and again, this is why Estes was so meta in the previous season. The ability to just keep your team alive despite all of this damage coming out of the opponent can be really annoying to deal with here. And now, Team SMG needs to prepare for that. They gotta be able to either burst people down quick enough or only go for these ganks if they can be certain of the kill when they have enough damage.
Yeah, Sasa dealing a lot of damage onto Momo, and Zymsenpoi just making sure that this lane is unplayable by this Beatrix, making it so difficult. But again, this game, with all of the crazy engages for both teams, well, mostly Team SMG, honestly, but it doesn't look like it's translating to a lot just yet. Both teams, I would say, is still pretty even-steven because, again, looking at the goal, not much difference, and looking at the turrets, nothing has really fallen just yet.
TODAK will be very comfortable playing a bit passive for these next couple of minutes until they start hitting their first and second items, then they will be strong enough to take the fight to Team SMG. At that point, the land will kind of shift a little bit, and Team SMG are the ones that will need to play defensively. You can see TODAK willingly giving the turtle away because they know they just gotta wait for a while before they start fighting.
Yeah, Smooth goes in. He's taking quite a lot of damage, and the damage from hit is still not enough. So Moon still is in an okay spot, but looking at the lineup now, it's not going to be an easy game for Smooth. Box goes over to Momo, and forgive me, I was talking about Moon, because look at all of this crowd control. They can aim Moon. It's going to be very difficult for him to really focus on his real-world manipulation.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried about him picking up the Eve at that point because it is so easy to counteract that real-world manipulation. Zyme now could be in danger, but the Void Crystal makes it... Oh my goodness, the snipe nearly taking out Zyme in one shot.
But Zyme, he pushes out the Abyssal arrows so effortlessly, and he always hits his target. It doesn't really matter how they're positioned, they're always going to get hit. Momo already finished up his Blade of Despair, so it's going to hurt just a little bit more. And in terms of hate, he has completed his Clock of Destiny, which is good and all, but Xavier is one of those heroes that needs to scale up. Once he has a Enchanted Talisman, then he can be a little bit more of a threat.
Hate is going for the slightly more greedy build by going first item Clock of Destiny here. There are a lot of people that will go Enchanted Talisman first, followed by Clock of Destiny, just to make sure that he can contribute in fighting in the early game. But Hate is aware that all he really needs to do is drop down the Mystic Field, and that's enough of his contribution to the fight. So he can wait a little bit longer and go for the maximum damage possible on this Xavier.
300 gold advantage Sasa has over Momo is not as much as I thought, especially because he has the Avarice and he has been winning the lane. So all things considered, Momo is doing quite well in his own lane. And right now, Team SMG, they have a lot of engaged tools. Team TODAK, they're grouping up together. Will this be a mistake? It looks like an engagement going on to Chiku.
Abyssal Arrow onto Chiku, blessing on the Moon Goddess, gonna keep him alive yet again as TODAK rotates over to the turtle. We can see Box was already working on it, but his team is not in position to support him. However, Chiku doesn't have his ultimate. TODAK have to be careful about taking a big fight here as SMG are all around them. They're gonna face each other head on. Smooth gonna miss the flicker as they catch out Formaze with the enhanced chain. Real manipulation doing a lot of damage as Momo jumps in. They're gonna be out. Rival gonna get the turtle, but they do lose Momo in the backline to Sasa. Blazing Duet finding a target.
Yeah, that was actually very beautiful, dropping the real-world manipulation onto 3 members of Team SMG. And then Formaze just quickly with the jab. I think that was like a double jab because the burst damage was quite a lot. And right now, TODAK, they're controlling the river, they're controlling the jungle. What is going on?
This is what I was mentioning earlier. Once we hit the mid game, TODAK actually wins team fights. And so this is where Team SMG actually needs to play a little bit more defensively and wait for Hate and Sasa to scale up. Until then, they can only look for pickoffs alongside the Abyssal Arrow. Because if they go for the big 5v5, well, what we just saw happen is going to happen again.
Yeah, right now, Team TODAK, they're pressuring the bottom side turret, and look at the damage that they are dealing. The damage from Momo as well as Chiku, guys. For those that don't know, the enhanced damage from the Astis passive actually hurts quite a bit. Formaze is going to get targeted by Box as well as Sasa, but it looks like he's able to survive no problem. Quite a lot of spell them that is being applied, and Team TODAK, they're not stopping. They want another bottom lane turret.
I'm surprised at how long they're leaving Smooth alone down here. It could give TODAK the tier 2, but they're trying to use it as bait. Here they come. They've already taken the tower. Smooth, he's gonna look for Chiku, but the Void Crystal makes it so that he can't actually get the kick back into his team, meaning TODAK actually walk away without any casualties.
Yeah, I can see that Smooth was trying to bait out the Purify from Chiku, guys, but even Chiku, guys, understood what was going on. Even if he does get kicked, he can delay slightly the Purify and still be okay just because he has the Blessing of the Moon Goddess. So good patience from Chiku as well as good patience from Smooth, but this does make it quite difficult where Smooth wants to kick someone, Chiku being a very easy target, but just because of that Purify, Smooth has to think, he has to make a lot of calculations in his head, like, is it worth it? Is it not? And then most often than not, it's like, it's not, so he won't go for the fight.
That is the style of play that we expect from Team SMG. TODAK dropping the Lord real low. Team SMG a bit too late to respond. They've already taken it. We can see Formaze as well actually waiting in the back. TODAK want to collapse on this. They see Sasa taking the orange buff. Smooth will scout it out for the rest of the team. Knockout strike pushing him back. Flicker forced to be used for him to escape. Real world manipulation actually going to be cancelled quite early there because they know they can't catch them. But Rival does pick up the orange buff.
I'm very impressed by how fast Team SMG reacts to the real-world manipulation, because almost every single time, except for the fight around Turtle, they just instantly cancels it out, and they still manage to, you know, not actually trading their own life just to cancel out the real-world manipulation. So far, very impressive by them. Team TODAK with a 3,500 gold lead. Team SMG is in big trouble.
Ooh, the kick onto Rival into the tower, but he's still alive thanks to his ultimate. And the blessing on the Moon Goddess. Momo gonna find Fox. Smooth dropping real low as well. Chiku keeping the entire team topped up. This has to be annoying. Abyssal Arrow finding Chiku in the backline as well as the Dawning Light, but not enough damage scaling yet. They do finally find Formaze though, and now Smooth jumps in. They pick up Chiku. No more healing from Estes. They find Smooth, but that is 4 people down to the Blazing Duet. TODAK went too far.
That was almost a wow! Ooh, I'm pretty sure that did not caught, but the audience, everyone was like, ooh. We all know Momo survived because of the lifesteal from the Renner shot. If he did not attack the minion and the lifesteal did not come just inches after, like, that would have been a kill. That was how close it was to a complete wipeout. What was that?
I can't believe how close that was. We were already sick. TODAK's playing. Our hearts are in our stomach. They are making that real right now. If we look at the items so far, we're actually only 11 minutes in. It feels like it's been a much longer game, but the cores only have about 3 items each. Momo has gone for more damage items. Sasa actually picking up a Wind of Nature as his third because he knows that he needs to stay alive to dish out damage in these fights.
Hey, call me a biased caster. I want SMG to win. I want more games. And right now, Team TODAK, they're pressuring in the orange buff area of Team SMG. And right now, Zaim Senpai, how did he manage to catch Chiku, guys? Zaim Senpai thinks Rival is still waiting in the bush. And right now, for the side of Team SMG, it looks like they're starting to scale in terms of damage, but it wasn't a situation that even they expected. So right now the damage is there, but how do they really start a team fight? They have a lot of ways to engage, but they kind of have to wait for TODAK to make a mistakes themselves.
Yeah, Team SMG actually don't need to start a team fight themselves. They just have to wait for TODAK to collapse into them because they know that TODAK want to win team fights. They're not going to just boorishly take the Lord and then push down the crystal with it. They want to fight. And so Team SMG can wait for them to walk into them and hopefully catch them out with the crowd control they have.
Look at
but now the Lord is being contested.
Look at Formaze. Look at Formaze. Formaze is in the bottom lane. Team SMG, they gotta go back. Formaze, they're just forcing it out. It's like, do you want to protect this or you want to protect that? And Momo, God the Lord, why is TODAK playing so... What? How did that IQ just increase so much?
TODAK is so good at split pushing. Oh, the knockouts are gonna miss on top of Fox. They're gonna push him back. They actually don't pick him up. The Dawning Light doing a lot of damage with the Blazing Duet. TODAK is really low. Mega kill from Sasa onto Moon. Killing spree from Momo on this move, but Rival has been taken out in the backline. Momo takes out Zaim Senpai as well. It's a 3v3 right now. And Chiku is topping up Momo and Formaze's HP, but Momo gets caught in the Mystic Field. Lucky for the healing, or he would have died again. TODAK, they do still have the Luminous Lord though.
This Estes pick is paying dividends because right now a lot of players should be punished. Formaze going to the front. He's giving a stack onto Sasa, Chiku, guys, Momo and Formaze. Do they want to finish this out now? Momo changes to his Wesker. They're focusing on the turret and looks like they're gonna get it. Team TODAK 2-0 onto Team SMG.
So you know how earlier we mentioned TODAK isn't the type of team to take the Lord and just push down the crystal with it. Turns out they are.